Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I haven't been here in a long time, so I'm hoping that we all have a good time tonight and that is as informative to you as it will be for me, because Neverly is going to drop some knowledge and bombshells on us about our health. So, ladies, gentlemen, all of you, all of us, anybody who's a human, this is a important live for all of us to be in. Hey, Leilani, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. Shout outs to you. If you guys are not subscribed, please definitely subscribe, like, and share. And also, I would recommend you do the same for Neverly as well, because I spoke to her a little bit and it's definitely good. So before I get into our guest, I like to find out how everybody is doing. I hope you had a beautiful day. Tell you about how my day went. So I woke up this morning. I went to work. Work was good. Nothing really big happened. It was just another beautiful day to be alive. However, I do have some content that I do need to record, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's about it. So, I'm not gonna delay it anymore. I'm going to bring up our guest and let's just have fun with it. Remember, if you do have questions, please put a question mark before and after your question so that I can see it, highlight it, and then Miss Neverly can actually respond to them. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Without further ado, I want to introduce to you, for the first time for you and the second time for me, Miss Neverly. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on this platform. I am excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. So first and foremost, how was your day?
My day was wonderful, fantastic. I'm preparing for a huge weekend with a veterans organization. I love giving back. So I'll be working with a veterans organization this weekend. So I'm very excited and prepping for that.
Nice. So just to give everybody a little background knowledge, what made you so conscious about feeling the necessity to know more about women's health?
First of all, my name is Nevaly Teray, and I'm an ambassador for the Justice for My Jewel campaign. And why I'm passionate about this campaign is because I suffered during my menstrual cycle all of my life. And so that was important to me to learn about it, understand what happened to me, and I finally ran into a solution that could help. So that's why I'm passionate about it, to get this word out.
And how long have you been a part of this organization?
This organization was founded in 2019. And so it's going strong, 4 years strong. We celebrated our 4 year anniversary. And so we are getting the word out. We're moving by leaps and bounds to get this message out all over the world. We are also an international company.
Okay. So, where is the furthest, I guess, client, or who is your target client anyway?
So the target client is actually men, women, and girls, believe it or not, because men, they need this education as well. But to target, it would be anyone who is still having a menstrual cycle. That is our target, to teach them about good menstrual hygiene and what we can do to assist them in making sure they selecting the right products to be using.
Are there any like signs that a woman or a man can look out to see like something may not be right, like visually or I guess for the guys, it would be like visually, they might be able to see something or detect something, or maybe like a mood change. And
So
for
let
women,
So
go ahead.
great question. So let me give you a little bit. So we inform the communities across the globe of the challenges that women and young girls face monthly as they suffer in silence, because we still suffering in silence due to poor diets. That's number one, because all this food and all this processed stuff causes us to have poor diets. We live unhealthy lifestyles because we eat a whole bunch of junk and we use products that may not be good for us, right? Such as tampons, sanitary pads, the menstrual cups, the panties, all of those. What we have found out that those products have anywhere from 5 to 17 different chemical bases in them. And so we don't know if this may be a direct cause to some of the things that we suffer with, such as heavy bleeding, cramping. A lot of people have the bad cramps, they bleed heavy. Okay, their pH balance is off, and that is what's caused the moodiness. Okay,
Mhm.
when you are not leveled out, you are very moody. And so embarrassing situations such as the girls are still having the accidents in their clothes in school. They're not comfortable, they're not dry, so they have odor. Now, let me ask you this. Did you know that really you wasn't supposed to have an odor?
I
Odor
believe it.
comes, odor comes out of your body because of the stuff that you put into your body.
You know
So
why
you're
I
not
believe that?
supposed to have odor.
I believe that because I mean, just thinking about it now, like when a body is rotting is when it smells.
Yes.
So if you're if you're having your monthly cycle and there's a smell, that something must be rotten on the inside, right?
That means that you have toxins in your body, toxins that could be attacking different organs. Now, I saw in the news not too long ago, the health question is that African American women are suffering more from miscarriages. They're having stillborn babies. They're actually dying after childbirth.
Wow.
And so we suffer a lot with issues such as endometriosis, fibroids, urinary tracts. That's just in our genetics. It's just been studied over. So we have to be more health conscious in what we're doing for our body to make sure that we are doing everything possible to live that healthier lifestyle. So things that we put on our body, in our body, do affect our body. Believe it or not. If people don't believe that, it is happening. What you put in your body does affect your body. It could be immediately or it could be long term. And as you know, one of the things I found out, I used baby powder a long time ago.
Wow.
It was told to me that I had to use baby powder on my babies to keep them dry, right? Now, science shows that the chemicals that was in them has caused some form of cancer. And so that was the long term effect of using baby powder or talcum powder. So we have to understand our body. We have to understand what we put on our body, what we put in our body does affect us. Now, I have to say that everybody's body is not the same. So you
Mhm.
have to understand your body. You have to understand what attacks it. You have to understand the things that you feel in your body. It could be something going on. So I implored everybody to always go and get things checked out. Always get those second opinions, as well as making sure that you're living a healthy lifestyle. Now,
What
how do
is
you? Okay, go ahead.
what are some things that people should look out for, like women? What are some things internally that they may feel that could possibly be off? I'm talking about from like the reproductive portions of the body that would fall in line with the menstrual cycle.
Okay, so the heavy bleeding, the abdominal pain. A lot of times we have abdominal pain, and that could be signs of endometriosis or fibroids, or even cysts, or it could be some form of cancer. So cancers of the uterus and the fallopian tubes and all of those are kind of silent though. Takes a minute to find those. But normally, some other signs of bleeding out longer than what you should. If your cycle should be 5 or 7 days and you're bleeding to 15 days, you need to check that out. You need to find out why you're doing that extra bleeding, because that could be a sign of something that is wrong within your body. Headaches, fatigue, fainting. Some people have fainting spells. That means that probably their iron is low, probably they're anemic. The cycle, the blood is taken away from them, so they're very severely anemic, and that could lead into some of the health challenges that you may have. So, as a woman, those are things. Now, cycles start as early as 8 years old, and so at that time you're still developing, but by the time you have had a cycle of 5 6 years, it should be somewhat kind of normal. And if you start experiencing different things uh, after that, it's worthwhile of you getting checked out.
So it's really not normal to have cramps?
I didn't say it was not normal.
Well, it's a question.
Not to have cramps.
Uh-huh.
However, we do know that some things can help assist and can take away cramps or can reduce them to where they're not severely and painful. For me, my belief, I don't believe we should have cramping. I believe it's because of the stuff we put in our body and our lifestyles on why we cramp. And let's be honest, I cramped a lot and I took pills to combat that cramping because the pain was that bad. But as I've grown up and I've studied medicines and I studied health, I know that if you do the right thing for your body, that could eliminate a lot of stuff that happens to your body that attacks your body. So the things that I probably were eating probably cause that cramping to be bad. For instance, if you know that your cycle is coming on in the next 10 days, really you should not be eating a whole bunch of junk. Candies,
Dairy.
chips, all the
Dairy.
stuff that you crave, all the stuff that you crave, right? You shouldn't
Right.
be eating those things because those things are putting toxins in your body. So now this ups your chance of having heavy cramping and other issues during your cycle. You need to be detoxing. You need, when I say detoxing, that doesn't mean you have to go out and get an enema, but you need to be drinking water and drinking natural stuff and making sure that you flushing your body. Yes, that water is most important. Let me tell all the listeners, you're doing a disservice if you're not drinking water. Water is what filters your body. Your body needs that water. It will push stuff out of your body. So you need to be drinking the water.
I hear you. How much water do you recommend, or should people be
Well,
drinking?
science say you should drink, I believe it's at least 64 ounces.
Mhm.
Some people take in a whole lot more, especially those ones who work out and, exercise. But, that's the minimum is 8 glasses of water. That's what science say, 8 glasses of water a day.
Mhm. So, what are some of the, I guess, for the men in that are in the chat, how could they help their spouse, their girlfriends, their wives cope with these times of issues? Or let's just say they want to get a little freaky deaky, and should they be a little bit more sensitive when it comes to a woman having their cycle, and not, refraining from that? Like, is there like a definitive you should not be doing this during their cycle, or is like whatever?
So that's to each his own.
Hmm.
People have their fads about, being intimate during their menstrual cycle. So that's a choice that people have to make. It's not a right or wrong choice to make. Doing that is whatever you're comfortable with. So what a man should be recognizing is that doing that monthly, as I said, we are releasing. Um, the egg did not get fertilized. It sheds, it hits our lining of the uterus. And at that point, if it's something attacking our uterus, we could have a bad cycle, right? So it's supposed to come out. But because of the things that we suffer with, that is usually what causes us to be moody. And then what I would like to do in a few minutes is show you a solution in some of the products that could be used that could actually help with some of the issues that we suffer with.
I like that. So yeah, I know earlier you mentioned something about cups, tampons, and pads. Like cups became like a big thing where people were like, this is more convenient. So explain why tampons and cups are probably one of the things that we should stay away from.
So for me, and I use tampons, but I never had the um, time to use the cups. What I would say is because of the chemicals that's in those products, that's number one. They have chemicals in it. So let's take the tampon. A tampon, let's think about it. Have you ever washed dishes the old way when you had to put the plug in the sink
And the sponge
and then
was
and
dirty.
then you put the stopper in the sink, yes, and then you fill it up with water and you put the soap in it, and now you put all the dishes in there, right? So that you can wash them and then rinse it. Basically, you're plugging up yourself, and now the stuff's supposed to be releasing out of your body. It gets stuck because it's either going to try to attach itself to the tampon, or if it can't, it's going to stay on your uterus wall. So nothing is really being released. So now that's not a good method. Added that that tampon has chemicals in it. So now when your body temperature get 98.6, you're breathing back into those chemicals right back into your body.
Mm.
So the tampon for me is not a good fit.
And
The
it's like
cup,
birth. That's
yeah,
like birth, womb.
yeah, yeah. The cup's the same thing. Remember, you have to insert the cup and then you have to take it out. And this is where I mean, is this really sanitary? You insert it, it fills up, you gotta take it out, you gotta no. So you're actually could possibly be transferring bacteria back and forward in your body.
Yeah,
So those two methods are not good,
and
not
some
good.
people are not hygienic and like wash their hands before they go into a public stall or even take a tissue and, before they close the door. So now your hands are filled with whatever was on the doorknob
Whatever.
and
And
what was on your hands before you got into the restroom. And now it's like, yeah,
And because of this taboo subject, we never really got the education that we needed for our menstrual cycle. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, they didn't talk about it. They was like, "Oh, you on? Let me go get you some pads." They don't really tell you about that you need to clean yourself, and how to take care of your body during your menstrual cycle.
or
You
the
know,
importance of it, like it's not something shameful. It's not shameful to have a menstrual cycle because, most girls, I would say for the most part, most of women don't necessarily want the world to know I'm on my menstrual this month. Like, you know what I mean? So
right.
we were never ever made to feel comfortable that this is natural, this is God given, and it's given to us for a reason, whether it be a curse or a blessing. I don't know, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's what we have to realize that God gave us a cycle. It's okay for us to have a cycle. It should be okay for us to talk about it. Men should be comfortable around their women or girls uh, uh, with the menstrual cycle because it is a natural part of a woman's life. So it should not be a taboo subject. We should embrace it and, assist us during that monthly cycle and understand that this is just a process that our body goes through every month. And so, and that's why we call it a taboo subject because nobody wants to talk about it. It's like,
and
ooh,
it purifies us too. It definitely like I believe that having a menstrual is great, like because it's getting rid of stuff. You know what I mean? Just like you keep saying, it's getting rid of stuff. Now imagine if you did get a menstrual and you're of age, then something in your body is not allowing whatever toxins that were important for that menstrual to come out. So like,
good point. You brought up a good point that I want to touch on, and
okay,
that's using different things to get rid of your cycle, so you
okay.
don't have a cycle. All right, so let's talk about those things. Before I had a hysterectomy and I had to have surgery, it was a life or death thing for me. I didn't want it. I went through 4 or 5 procedures before they had to do it. But I was like, okay, it's a life or death, so I have to get this hysterectomy. But what they gave me, and this was early in 2005, 2006, they gave me a Depo-Viral shot, and they put it in my butt. And for 3 months, I did not have a cycle. And on the second month, I thought, where in the world is my cycle going? I'm supposed to be shedding. They give me this shot. So what is happening to my cycle, right? Just know that that was chemical put in my body to tell my brain that I should not have a cycle.
Wow.
Chemical in my body.
And what's the side effects to that?
That side effects were depression. What else did I have? Weight gain. Um, headaches. It varies with women, right? Who had the Depo-Viral back then. Now, the Depo-Viral is today is being used as a form of birth control. What they have added is something so that it would be birth control, which is not good for you. Your body was made to have a cycle. And anytime you alter that, anytime you put some chemicals in your body to tell your brain that it's not supposed to do something, you're headed down a wrong path. We need that cycle. We need the detox. It's there for a reason. From the patches to the arms to the inserts to the IUDs, these are all chemical based. If you are stopping your cycle, where is your cycle going? What is happening? You have altered your body. So now let's just say you did it when you was a teen, and now 10 years down the road, you done met this wonderful man and y'all want to get married and you want to have kids. And now you're finding out that you're having issues. You can't conceive. Um, um, you if you do, you may have miscarriages. Had you ever thought that the stuff that you did to your body caused that?
They
And
never
so,
admit that. They would never, medically, they would never admit that. They would just say, oh, it's your
right,
body.
right. So because I have fibroids, I'm around a group of women um, uh, that have fibroids, and I listen to the stories and what they have gone through. Some of them never get pregnant. Some of them go through a lot of treatments, but a lot of them took things that they shouldn't have taken, that started that effect of them not being able to conceive and them developing fibroids at a advanced rate.
Mm.
And so one of the things that's happening now, we're finding out that women and girls, even girls, are having fibroids faster than normally. That was something that we had older after we had kids, right? Then maybe the fibroids start developing as you begin to go into menopause, right? But now they're happening early. Girls in their 20s and 30s are having fibroids, and they're doing surgery on them. Their first thing is, we can do a hysterectomy. And a hysterectomy is a final procedure. You can't come back 5 years later and say, I want to have a child. You do not have a uterus. They took your uterus. So I'm pleading to women and girls and men, if your woman is suffering and from fibroids, make sure you have done everything before you let them do a hysterectomy, because that is a final procedure.
That's crazy. If anybody has questions, please put a question mark in front and behind. We're talking to Miss Neverly. Um, can you tell us where you're from? Well, if you'd like to tell us where you're from and what you do outside of this, you're more than welcome to share. And also, if you can tell us your contact information for now, and then we'll do it again later.
All right. So, once again, my name is Nevaly Teray. I am a government worker by day. I have 42 years of government service, and I'm still working. I'm still strong. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. Behold the green and gold, NSU, um, not HBCU. And so I moved to the DC metropolitan area. That's where I live at. And this is a godsend for me to find out this information and be able to share it all over. Um, I do want to show the demo when we get that time to get to the demonstration, because I think once I show the demo, some of their questions may be answered, but it is going to be a good demo for them to see.
Okay. So you might as well go ahead and show us.
Well,
Show us that.
excellent. Let's see. Let's see. Can I get this camera to working so that you be able to see uh, my demo? All right, so you won't be able to see me because of my screen, but I'm gonna put the camera down. Can you
Oh,
see?
I'm gonna put you on a solo so we can see it big.
Okay. All right. There we go.
All right, go ahead, y'all. Oops.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you still want? Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do is demonstrate the pads that they have on the market, the leading brand, and the Rain premium sanitary pads. Now, a little bit about Rain. Rain is owned by Jewel Sanitary Napkins LLC, which we launched on June 1st. And we have over 14 million gross revenue generated from our products since the company launched. The company is debt free. We opened a 14,000 square foot corporate office in McDonough, Georgia at the height of the pandemic. And all Rain products contain Nobel Prize winning graphene, which I'll show you. And over 500,000 young girls and women have had the Rain experience. During the pandemic, we collaborated with over 95 organizations, providing 70,000 packs of rain pads with an estimated value of $420,000. We're A plus rated with the BBB. It's a veteran-owned business. As an NMSDC certified. We're FDA registered. We're BIBLAC certified. We're SAM certified. We CAMSC certified. That's our Canadian certification. We've been featured in Essence, Black Enterprise, and Carver magazines, as well as the United Business Journal. We have been named the #1 organic sanitary napkin company in America by rollingout.com and selected as a Titan 100 CEO in Georgia and surrounding areas. That was a honor. And then our international expansion so far is in Nigeria, Mexico, South America, and Canada, and some of the Caribbean islands. So that was a little bit about our company. And now I'll show you the demonstration. Now, this is our leading brand. I don't bash brands, but most people know what this brand is. So I like to open this up for you. And first, I don't know if you can see this. Let me get it. It says that this pad is 100% leak proof. Now, I'll say to people, ain't nothing in life 100%. I'll just say that. But for the sake of this demonstration, we'll see if this pad is 100% leak proof. So I'm going to place that on the table. Now, Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins, they come in 5 different sizes. This is just our super heavy. But Rain comes in a waterproof packaging. Everything that you need to know about this product is on it. One of the things I want you to note is, let me ask this question. Do people check the expiration date on their food? Most of us do. You should be checking it on your products that you're putting on your body as well. All of our products have a manufacturer date and an expiration date. And I'll see if I can get one that's like, if you can see right here, you'll see that this pack of pads, it was manufactured in 2021 and it expires in 2024. So just a little information for you. You should be checking the expiration dates on the products that you're putting on your body. All right.
Quick question. Quick question. Why is it
yes.
important for us to know that I didn't even think there would need to be a necessary, for it to be necessary to have an expiration date. So what is the importance of that? What happens when it expires?
So when it expires, it doesn't mean that it's not good, but it do give you an idea of the shelf life of this product, right? So you don't want to be using anything that's 6, 7 years old on your body. It may not be effective like it was started out to be. So it's just a suggested expiration date. Doesn't mean that you can't use it, but it just tells us the shelf life of these products. You go in the store now, you're not going to find an expiration date. So you're not going to know how long those products been on the shelf. All right, so rain pads are non-toxic. They are cotton and they are sealed to perfection. And you can throw these in your pocketbook or bag and nothing will get into them. They're nice and sealed. When I open it up, it is nice and sealed. So I will lay this down. Now, what I like to do is to demonstrate what I call the wet dry test. I hope everyone can see that. All right. So science says that in between changes, this is medical community, in between changes, a woman flows about 50 milliliters, anywhere from 15 to 50. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I use the max. I use 50 milliliters of liquid. And I'm going to pour that on each one of these pads. And we're going to test the wet dryness of both the leading brand and our brand. All right, poured it on that one. And then I'll pour it on this one, right in the center where we have our cycle. Now, as I stated, over 600,000 hysterectomies are being done every year. That is not the norm. Most of them are done on African American women because we suffer the most with things like fibroids, urinary tracts, bacteria infections, can't conceive, just itchy and scratchy. So we suffer a lot, right? If you can see this pad right here, I like to ask someone, and I know you on the chat, but if you can see that blue and purple, did anybody realize that that was dye? DYE. This is blue and purple dye. And you ask yourself, why would they put dye in our feminine products? Well, this right here is recycled material. And because it's recycled, they had to preserve it, right? So they had to do something so that it could hold its own. Not only did they put the dye, they actually put other dioxins in it. So when your body temperature gets 98.6, do you think that you may be absorbing that right back into your body? All
Ill,
right.
ill.
So now we're going to do the wet dry test. As you saw me, I poured 50 milliliters on both of those pads. Now I'm going to lay red towels on both of them, and I'm going to press as hard as I can on both of the pads. I'm pressing. You see me pressing?
Ew, I'm so disgusted already.
So I simply ask, do you want to be wet or do you want to be dry? The leading brand, this is what it looks like. Okay. So now this is what our young girls and women are sitting in when they using that pad. This is the rain pad, nice and dry. Okay. Girls are uncomfortable because they're sitting in this. So imagine you being in a classroom, you're on your cycle, and this is what happens. So you're sitting there and you're going, I don't really want to be here. I want to go home. I want to call my mom, come get me because this is uncomfortable. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm excited about our product. Because as you can see, when I placed that towel on it, it was nice and dry at the top. Now, I want to show you something about the pad, and I hate to show this, but this is part of my education. You need to know what is out there and what you're putting on your body. All right, so this right here It's the leading brand. Now this right here, this is plastic. It is rough. Ooh, it's rough, it's scratchy, and it's irritable. You know the reason why? Because it's plastic. It's recycled plastic. This right here, supposed to be your absorbent system. This is also recycled. It's not absorbing anything. So I don't know why they put that 100% absorbent on here. Now, this plastic, that's plastic. Plastic is a breathing ground for bacteria. So you got this plastic on your undergarment. You got this that is supposed to be your absorbent system. And then you got this that's all rough and dry. In our business, we call this a recipe for disaster. Had you ever thought that maybe this is why you're having urinary tracts, why you're having bacteria infections, why your fibroids is out of control, why you're bleeding heavy from endometriosis? This may be contributing to some of those things that you're suffering with. Because you're not comfortable and dry, you're moody, you're not feeling good, you don't want to talk to people. And that's where men come in, understanding that, you know, those are the things that we go through on a monthly basis and why we may react during the month of being moody and snappy and stuff like that. Now, the rain pad, and I'll take this one apart. My good nails. All right. Now, this top layer, look at that. That's cotton. Nice, soft, and dry. Can you see that? See how soft that is? This is cotton. Now, we'll talk about the strip in just a minute that I took out of that pad. Now, that was one layer. We have a total of 8 layers to this pad. This right here is our other 6 layers. Now, this polymer is plant-based and it's absorbent. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take this and I want to show you. See that water? I'm going to take and put our in this water. And I'm going to set it to the side. Now, if you see the layer that fits in your undergarment, I don't know if you can see the holes in it, but this has holes in it. That means that it's breathable. That means that if you take a tea kettle, steam will come up. You can tear it. That means that it's good for me. It's good for the earth. All right. So now this strip is where we're getting our benefits from. This is a graphene infused strip. Graphene comes from graphite. Graphite is of the earth. God put everything on the earth for us. Don't believe me? Here's the book, Graphene Revolution. Get it, study it. Graphene. We have done our research and read about graphene. It becomes vibrational energy broken down 10 times into this graphene strip. It's actually a detoxer.
Is that kind of like almost a crystal, like little broken down pieces of a crystal?
Yes. If you
Okay.
look, you need a microscope. It looks
I'm
like an
into
atom.
crystals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now think about bulletproof vests, pencil points, some band-aids. All of them have some type of graphene in it. Okay, it has its health benefits, and I'll show you what I mean. But as you can see this strip, I'm going to demonstrate why the strip is powerful. This acts as a detox. When the pad gets wet, this gets wet, it activates it. And what it does is help pulls the toxins out of your body. Now I'm going to take not a household light bulb, but just a 7-watt light bulb. And I'm going to show you the power of this graphene strip. And I hope you'll be able to see. All right, let's see. You see that? Did you see that it light up?
That's that
Can you see
crystal
that?
power. That is that crystal power. Love it.
Okay. So this is always working, it's always conducting. It's always pulling the toxins out of your body. What we have heard, girls have now had reduced cramping or eliminated cramping. They're not bleeding as heavy. Some cycle days have been reduced. I had a person that had a 14-day cycle. They're down to 5 days. Um, they don't have any odor. Remember, this is detoxing the body. So it's no odor for them, right? It's no odor. And then the moodiness, because they're comfortable and dry, they're not moody. They're not sitting in wetness. So this strip is where we're getting our benefits from. And the strip is in every last pack of our pads, and I'll show you the different sizes of the pads. All right, so I showed you the water that I poured in there, right? And let me show you. All right, see that? It absorbed all of the water. It's 10 times absorbent as any pad that they have on the market. It's also cool to the touch because this plant-based polymer, it actually cools down. That means that your body is not hot and irritable. You got the strip working for you, helping you to detox. So now you're having a healthier cycle. Our pads come in 5 different sizes. We take care of all sizes, shapes, and cycle flows. We have our super heavy flow in the black pack, right? It is this long. All of them have the graphene strip in it. It's really long. It's going to cover you from the rooty to the tootie. Our next size is our purple, our heavy flow. Heavy flow. All right. That one is a little bit shorter than the first one I saw you. It's about this size. It has the graphene strip in it. It's 10 times absorbent. Then we have the one that I just did the demonstration called our moderate flow. That's in our pink package. Moderate flow. And it's that size. Good size for the little young ones. And then my favorite, because I don't have a cycle, is the panty liners. And we have 2 types of panty liners. Why 2 types? Because some of us like security. So we have a panty liner with wings and a panty liner, the standard one without the wings. This is what our panty liner with wings look like. It is a little bit more thicker than the traditional panty liner, and it has wings. This is the traditional panty liner every day. I tell people this is good for the gym. If you a walker like me, I walk 5Ks or I just do 2 or 3 miles, I will put this one on. Super absorbent. I'm not irritable when I'm ready to come in and shower. I'm nice and comfortable and dry.
So is it recommended to wear panty liners like outside of your cycle?
Good question. Yes. So we recommend that you wear your panty liners all the time. If you don't like to do it, at least 10 days prior to your cycle. The reason being is it's going to prepare your body for your cycle. So now, by the time you get to your cycle, your body is used to the graphene and it's going to detox, and you're going to just have a better cycle. For a person like me who don't have a cycle, it's good for me. I have not had any irritation. I have not had any boils, no type of infections since I've been using this product in the last 4 years. My pH balance is better, believe it or not. And, I'm like I said, I'm just comfortable. Now, I am older, so I could sneeze or be running to the bathroom and have to have a little tingle. So I'm covered because I wear my panty liners. So, we have um, people who use the big pads for incompetency, the long one. They will put it in their diaper or their whatever they use, especially in the nursing homes. They use that big one. We also recommend that if you go into the hospital to have a kid, Our black pack, you tell the nurse, no, I got something better. Please use this on me after I have my child. It's going to keep them comfortable and dry, and it's going to be 10 times absorbent.
I like that. I know you had I think it wasn't last week, but a couple weeks ago, we were supposed to have this interview and this knowledge, and you were having a giveaway. So before this live is over, if you could think of, we'll just do a giveaway here based on, and it'll be on Be the Difference Clothing, because I'm committed to supporting our people,
All
and I'm
right.
also committed to supporting the idea that we as African American women, we start to really, not only be strong emotionally and physically, but also internally. You know what I mean? Like we need to get
Yes,
our internal good, because what really, what really stood out for me and really like was the game changer is the graphite. And I know about crystals and I know the healing power. So imagine, I mean, and also too, like in our regular underwear, there's probably dyes from what the detergents we use. And there's probably
exactly.
like if you buy it brand new, and even though it's sealed in the package, some people don't wash their underwear. But you should always wash your underwear, especially if it hasn't been in your possession. But anyway, um, there's dyes from the different color underwear that we buy, but that panty liner would definitely
It's
kill us.
exactly.
Right.
And I also used the panty liner during all of COVID. I actually put it in my mask. Remember that strip? The strip is 99.9% bacteria. So I always use the panty liner and put in my mask so that if I'm breathing in, I was covered. So I have known men to take this out and put in their shoes to absorb the sweat. I've seen people put it on there, but because this has health challenges. Let me really show that to you again. I'm gonna take a clear glass of water, and I'm going to take some iodine.
Hold on. Let me put you on full solo.
Okay. I'm going to take some iodine and put in this water, right? Because I want to show you the power of this graphene. So, as you can see, all right. So, you see the color. You see me color the water, right? You see how the water has turned?
Yes, it looks like
Okay.
pee.
It looks like, okay. So, I'm going to take a strip, a dry strip, and put in this water. And I want you to see the effect of the graphene and why they're using it in other countries to purify water and for other health benefits that this graphene brings. So you see me, I have the dry strip and I'm going to put it in the water. And now I'm going to take a straw and I'm going to stir.
Woo, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You
You
only
see?
stirred it like 1 second and it took the iodine right out.
Took the iodine right out, purified the water.
Whoa.
Okay. So that's what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with when we're talking about our pads. It is a detoxer. It cleans out the body, and that's why we're having healthier cycles. This
There's
is
a
why
question
I'm
right here.
oh, is this product for sensitive skin? This is a if you are not allergic to plant-based or cotton, yes, it's good for you, plant-based polymer or cotton. If you're allergic to cotton, then it may not be for you, but most people are good with cotton
Now, speaking of that, how like I know the other pads are recycled. How is this not recycled? Like,
because we thought carefully. We know that plastics and recycles are not good for you because they have to put stuff in them to preserve them. This was made with the health conscious in mind. So it was made for cotton. It has plant-based polymer in it, and that is what our design was. And with the added benefit of the graphene, that made this pad powerful. That this made this pad a top contender in the market of feminine products.
and then like the expiration date on there. So if it's so good, why is there an expiration?
So we have to make sure that um, the graphene, remember this is vibrational energy, so we wanted to suggest that for 3 years we know that this is going to be good. We're not saying that it's not going to be, but we like to tell people that, because what if after 5 years and you have a pack of pads that expire and maybe the graphene is not as effective because it's been sitting. We want to make sure that you know that the shelf life is 3 years that we recommend, but it doesn't mean that it can't be used. It doesn't mean that the graphene is not going to work for you. But that's just our suggestion on the expiration date of our pads.
Anybody else have questions? Like I'm just like, ooh, like for real, that that stern of the water had your girl going crazy. Like, oh my goodness. I was so excited. Anybody else have questions? Like this is so cool. Um, so
Please
while
ask away, because we're trying to get this message out. We're trying to ensure that we are providing, or we can educate, especially in our school systems. We're trying to catch the girls in the school systems, because this is when it starts. And if we can help them develop a healthier lifestyle, then as they get bigger, then they will have more benefits to making sure that they don't develop some of the things that we develop when we get older.
I have a
So,
question.
uh-huh.
So as far as grooming, is there like a should or shouldn't
For what is it?
grooming of the body?
Grooming. Oh, so okay. So yoni steams are good. I know that's one of the things. I don't recommend dishes because dishes got chemicals in them. But a yomi steam and those type of things that use natural products to, help cleanse the body as well. I love those. You can use those, but you have to be careful about what it is that you're using, because remember, I read everything on the packaging. Whatever I get, food, all of it, I read everything on the packaging of what I get. So with that, I make sure that if it says anything that I cannot pronounce, I'm like, it must be a chemical.
But what about,
Because
okay, let me ask a little deeper. With the grooming, there's different things that you can do to make everything look nice and neat and pretty. Is there
okay,
like should you or shouldn't you be doing that?
grooming where? Down below?
Mhm.
Oh, so I can't get, because to each his own. We grew up with different fads, right? Some people shave, some people don't. That's to each his own. The grooming methods of you taking care of your vagina area, your uterus, is on you. But for me, we always learned that take the hair off, because that's more sanitary. If
Right.
make sure you're shaving and all of that. That hair cannot, and hair sometimes get inside of your body and it can cause boils and all kinds of stuff. So you want to be, meticulous about taking care of that as well.
So
But making sure
there's no real
there's
like
no real,
medical benefits to or either. Okay.
no. Mm-mm. We dishes and stuff was a fad that they did. Your body is supposed to detox on its own. It's supposed to clean itself on its own. So you didn't need that stuff to put up your body to pull anything out. It should have been coming out like it was supposed to during your cycle. So I mean, when I was growing up, they was like you had to do a special after sex, blah blah blah. No, your body should have been detoxing anyway. Even that, you need to drink water. Drink water detoxes your body. So everybody, foods affect us differently, right? So I could eat a whole bunch of chips and candy and stuff, and it may not affect me, but you may eat all of that stuff and then you break out with acne and all of this stuff. Remember, your body during that cycle is trying to detox. So remember, what you put in your body could be causing some of the things that you had. On in case some of the chemicals that you put in your body, if you're inserting something in your body, whether it be an IUD, something in your arm, and you start having reactions like breakout of your face, you start having pain and stuff, Maybe it's what you put in your body that's causing that reaction. So just understand that, what you put in your body does affect your body. I see that someone say, where can you order these from? Okay, so the website is www.icare, period, all one word, because I care, period, about our women and girls. So icareperiod.com.
Like
It's
the
going to
word
explain to
period
you.
or the dot? Is the word period spelled out?
Yes, it's spelled out.
I care period.
ICARE, PERIOD.com.
PRIOD.com. All right, I just put it in the chat too. So if anybody else wants to put that in there, that'd be great. I don't know. Is there any other thing that you know that we need to know that I didn't ask or wasn't asked yet? Because like
Uh,
I'm sure we could go on and on about this because we don't talk enough about
we
health,
don't talk enough. Yeah.
health in general.
So
We just don't talk about
um, you can reach me at um, well, my Instagram is at iCare period. But you can reach me. I'm willing to talk to anybody. Anybody wants to be an advocate for the cause. I can talk to you there. Drop this number in the chat for me: 240-688-5531. Okay, I'd be willing to help anybody. I'd be willing to go to a school, a church, whatever. That's what we do. Right now, I'm in the process of doing a veterans women drive because, believe it or not, veteran women between 18 and 64 is about 84% veterans, and when they're transitioning, sometimes they are struggling. And so one of the things is we do a lot of donation drives for when there's a disaster or some on fire. But what they never think about is that we need feminine products.
it.
So I'm constantly doing a donation drive for feminine products so that we can give them back to the homes, the undeserved girls in the communities, the veterans organizations, at risk, whatever. I'm always doing a donation drive. Big back to school thing is coming up, and we'll be giving the girls care packages to take back to school with them. So that's one of my pet peeves of giving back, to make sure I'm always out here advocating. Anybody want to donate to the cause, just hit me up and I will give you the donation link, because this is not a taboo subject. This is a part of our life,
Mhm.
and we need to understand that
How how
it's
early do you think girls should get this education? Before their periods or like
before their cycles.
so like how
Yeah.
early do you think that should be? Because you said most girls are like
So
between
they're doing it. They're doing it in elementary school now.
what?
Maybe the fourth and fifth graders. They're giving this education to.
Okay.
They're giving the education because that's when some of them, believe it or not, start at 8 or 9 years old. So unfortunately, that's just the way the body is. Some girls are starting at 8 and 9. So they are beginning to do that education in the schools now, in the elementary schools, which is a good thing.
I agree. Um, so I want to do this giveaway.
Okay.
Um, are you able to see where you can put a comment in the private chat?
Yes.
Your side? Okay. So put a number between 1 and 15 in the
For me?
private chat, between any number between 1 and 15 in the private chat. And
Okay.
then we'll give everybody some time would like to win
Just
some
say chat
pads.
with everybody. No. Am
No,
I
no,
in the private chat?
yeah, private
How
chat.
can I tell? How can I tell?
If you look to the right hand side
Uh-huh.
where it says comments, banners, then it should
Hmm.
say private chat.
It does.
Okay, so you click on that and then just put a number in there. Only I will see that number.
Okay.
That's a great number, by the way.
Yes.
So, guys, I'm going to put start in the chat. And until we see the number between, I said between 1 and 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any number between 1 and 15, the first number that shows up, the first number that shows up is going to win. So, and this is going to be a giveaway that is sponsored by Be the Difference Clothing. So please, ladies and or gentlemen, make sure you take part of this, okay? So I'm going to put start and rock out, y'all. Put some numbers in the chat, and whichever one is the right one, you are going to win. I guess whatever size package pads you need, it will be sponsored by Be the Difference Clothing. And when I say stop, then we got the winner. Keep on. Okay, we have a winner. Here is our winner, Sharon. Congratulations. Congratulations. Sharon, are you connected to me on Instagram? Well, actually, she needs to connect with you because you're gonna mail it to her. I'm just gonna pay for the shipping and the whatever. So you're welcome. Thank you for participating. Everybody, thank you for participating. Again, if you would love to support this organization and also make a life change in yourself and or the people or the females in your life, please consider going to icareperiod.com to order your rain pads, okay? Rain down on me. Yes. So yes, Sharon, see, how can we do this? Sharon, do you feel comfortable putting your email in the chat and I'll have Miss Neavaly email you? She could email you. I don't think so, but I'm connected. Oh, you are connected to her. She knows you.
Yes, I know,
Oh,
Sharon.
okay, so well, you go ahead and guys get that connection together, and she will mail you whatever size pad you need, and just send me an invoice of whatever the cost is, and that way we could take care of that because it's all about giving, and as long as we could do our part to try to help, raise awareness and everything, then that'd be cool. But yes, guys, thank you so much for being here. And see, I'm gonna put you on the solo panel again. So
Okay.
what we're going to do is tell everybody how they can contact you, your socials if you want to give that. And guys, pay attention to the information if you're interested. The website where they can get these rain down on me pads. And then just give us all an encouraging and inspiring word to top it all off, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Give me a minute. I'm still on my live. Give me a minute. I'll be with y'all. So I have another. I do a training tonight, so that started at 8:30. But thank you so much, everyone who joined this. And I can be reached at www.icareperiod.com. My Instagram handle is at icareperiod. And my phone number, as she put in the chat, 240-688-5531. And please share this information with anyone. This could be life-changing for people who are, having cycles. So we are advocate. We want to help everyone, and we want to spread the word on the good things that our products is providing to the women and girls.
And then just give us one little thing, that nugget we could take home just to keep us inspired for the rest of the week.
So one little nugget is, if you think, and this is from my profit partner, if you think the cost of wellness now, if you think that the cost of wellness, if you're using stuff that is not good for you, just think about what it will cost you in the future. This is a health conscious product. It's for the health conscious people. And I leave that with you. Please think about this as being healthy, um, healthy. I just want you to be healthy. I want you to be comfortable and dry.
I know that's right. Well, I'm not going to hold you because you have to get to your next meeting. But thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time. You're always more than welcome to come back here on Hello World. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and we had the honor and the pleasure of being with Miss Neavaly. And we are signing out on another episode. Try to sing it with me. Hello. Sing with me. Hello. World. I'm gonna get you to sing next time.
All righty.
Good night,
Thank you
y'all.
so much. Good night.